Alrighty, guys, welcome to episode 1 of Declassified Podcast, where we're going to be talking about all the classified other businesses agencies aren't talking about. We're going to give you the sauce. This is going to be the first episode, so don't know what we're going to be talking about, don't know what direction we're going to be going. We're just kind of going to be talking. Freestyle. So, by the way, I'm Julian.
I am Corey.
And we're the owners of Just Create Studio, a marketing agency. We're running it for the past year, and I would say we're pretty fucking dope at it. So let's get into it. First topic, Corey. How did we start this?
Well, I kind of want to correct you maybe. I would say we haven't been fully can you mute yourself? Mute me? I would say we haven't been fully fledged into this marketing space for the past year, but I know that we have been creating social media videos for other people for longer. So I would say how we got started is we actually began picking up camera for car people. We used to shoot people's pictures of cars, videos of cars. It was both of our passions. We love cars. So
Mini Coopers.
Mini Coopers.
No.
Yeah. But it started, we were taking pictures for people in the friend group. We started going to events and stuff, blah, blah, blah. Then we kind of transitioned into taking videos. And once we started making videos, we're like, oh, we can actually make some money from this maybe. And then we started shooting things like quinceañeras, sweet 16s,
The best.
weddings.
Yep.
It's just a lot of headache type work, we like to say. It just felt like real work.
It's something every videographer goes through first. The weddings, typical real estate videos, quinceañeras, sweet 16s, whatever you can get your stuff on. And
Right.
yeah, it just wasn't for us, right?
Yeah, I felt like we both just kind of took a step back and we're like, yeah, we can make money from this. We could definitely, if we're doing 10 weddings a month, we could be making crazy money from this, but it's just not the type of work that we wanted to be doing, So then we actually stumbled upon one of our first clients that we actually took on as a social media person to build with a focus of building their brand on social media. And that was Phenom Investor, which was a crypto currency guy. And he was new to it, but he also had a good head on him. He was great at shooting content. And then from there, we kind of reached out to his community, got referred to a bunch of his friends. Then we found that this was the avenue we wanted to take. And this was a way of producing a good income while also like expanding our minds, because we're listening to these people that are investing in real estate, investing in crypto, just buying assets, building generational wealth, creating cash flow, which is what we're trying to do with this business.
100%. And going back to like that, shooting 10 weddings a month, that just sounds like a headache, there's not much scaling after that point. Personally for us, and we want to build that business where we don't have to be there. We can run it from our computers.
Mm-hmm.
And just being there for 10 weddings, that just sounds like, that does not sound happiness. It doesn't sound happy at all.
It's a lot of weight on your back for sure, and it's also very high stress because there's a lot of uncontrolled variables. So the thing is like we created the model where we have systems and stuff in place now where everything is or on its way to being controlled. And when there's control, you don't need the motivation to go to a wedding. Like you don't have to try to find that motivation. You just like, all right, well, this is how this is run. This is the system that's in place. Let's follow the path that we made for ourselves, and we'll find the light.
100%. Where's your gain at? Your gain's all the way up, right?
I don't know. Hello?
Yeah, we're good. Much better.
Be
All right.
good.
Yeah. And going back, dude, like for weddings, you need to be like posing these brides. You need to be like I don't even know. Like you just have to have, I guess, that feminine trait in you where you can like, hey, hold your arm like this, like kiss. Well, nah, bro, that was not for us, bro. I hated posing motherfuckers.
Yeah.
That shit sucked, And now going to real estate, I mean, that was a little bit better, but you weren't getting paid as much. Again, that's just like you have to show up there, deal with these realtors who are, dude, so many of these realtors are not making money.
Yeah.
you know, and it's just like they're always trying negotiating with you over like $300. It's like, bro, this is a professional ass video. You can't spend $300 on marketing. It's like, what are you doing?
They want the bare minimum.
They want the bare minimum, but they expect top quality results,
Right.
maximum results, bare minimum, top quality results, which is the worst type of people you want to work with.
Well,
So
while expect like you said, expecting the results and also expecting
yeah,
it from you as well. So like the speed, your communication, your third revision, fourth revision, like just a bunch of expectations that kind of fall into those people that are lower ticket that I don't think you see when you're actually dealing with high ticket clients that are actually seeing the value
yep,
of what your services are, and not as just say, oh, this guy shoots pictures or this guy
exactly.
shoots videos.
Oh, dude, that's the biggest thing. I remember always being introduced to people, and they're like, "Yeah, he shoots pictures." I'm like, "Bro, no, I don't. I don't shoot pictures. I shoot videos that can get you results, and it's so hard to communicate that. So that's why we stepped away from that whole videography side. And sometimes to this day, I still be calling people asking me, "Yo, can you take pictures for me?" I'm like, "Bro, no." It's like,
What is a way? So if someone was to come up to you and say, "Hey, man, what do you do?"
yeah.
What would you say to that?
Now my conversation for that would be, I help people build audiences on social media that they can profit from. That's what I say.
Mm.
Usually it depends on the person, but I usually like to say online coach. I help online coaches build audiences on social media they can profit from,
Hmm.
and then the conversation leads from there. I mean, dude, that took a while to figure out as well. You know, it's like that's such a hard thing to really figure out. Like, what do you do? What am I going to specialize in? Because you can be so broad, but that's just not the way to do it. You know, you want to be specific about what you do, because then you can just charge more and
Hmm.
all that stuff. But
Right.
what would you say?
Becoming that expert. Yeah, I like what you said with the. You kind of led with a little bit of mystery. You know,
Yeah,
you're kind of enticing them to be like, oh, like, how do you do that? You know, like.
exactly. And then that's
So kind of, yeah, I like how you said that, but same thing. I would kind of use that lead with the mystery. Like, we build online coaches social media to drive them more leads for their business,
yeah,
and
works just as good.
it's you say what you do and what our focus is. It's as easy as that.
Yep, yep. And I think a lot of people need to figure that out with their business. It's like, because whenever we were videographers and someone asked me what I do, I had no idea what I did. I take videos. I took videos for weddings. I took videos for cars. I took videos for real estate. So it's like, you're never going to be perceived as a high value individual in your industry when you're just considered as the guy to take videos.
Hmm.
So that's why we just completely went out of that.
Yeah,
It's
it's like if you're doing everything, you're gonna be doing nothing.
Exactly. You're not going to be known as anyone. You're going to be known as that guy who can just press record
Right.
on a camera and that's it. And you're going to be dealing with bullshit revisions, bullshit clients, getting paid bullshit, but expecting the maximum. No,
Mhm.
you know, and that's a huge learning shift. You know, it seems so basic, but like it's such like a big learning shift, and they don't teach that in college.
Yeah, of course. College. That's another
Oh,
topic.
what? College? Don't know what that is.
What's one way you picked your clients that you actually wanted to work with?
Just that's a good question. So one way I picked my clients that I wanted to work with was just really seeing it's like, you know, who do I relate to the most? Like who has the same mindset or similar mindset to me? And those are typically online coaches and investors because they understood the power of social media. They had the same vision as I had, like, you know, just that entrepreneurship, just, you know, all of those things. And those are the people you want to work with because they're not going to hassle you. They understand the power. They're going to have trust in you. They're going to be more invested into the actual investment instead of nagging on you. So it was really focusing on like, all right, who do I want to be when I'm older? And typically are people like that, right? Who have the money, who have the discipline, who have all those things. It's like, well, I would want to work with my future self because I know I'd be dope.
Hmm.
So it was kind of like that. It's like, who do I relate to? And that's how I picked it, you know? Now, it
Right.
could be different from you. So like, what about you?
No, I completely agree with what you said. I think another factor is the client lifetime value that
Yeah.
plays into it. I think that's the second half, other than the, hey, this is a person that I want to continue relationships with, because I
Exactly.
think it will be beneficial for not only my business but my knowledge and my mental, but also the lifetime value that this customer provides is if I bring him one deal in a real estate, that's a $10,000 deal
Exactly.
where I can charge more for my services. And that's just something that I think all small agencies should start really taking into account, is their client lifetime value. If I'm reaching out to a bunch of restaurants, right? If I'm reaching out to a bunch of restaurants, and they each person that comes in is $50 a dinner, like, how much can I charge them for my social media package that I
Yeah.
make them videos for? Like,
Yep.
I don't know, $1,000 a month max.
Max.
That's
Like,
our starting price.
yep. And
Um,
that's something you can't really even keep track of, because there could usually be so many variables for increased
yeah.
business in restaurants. And that's what's so important about keeping track of your KPIs, but that's another discussion. But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that's just like these agencies have to figure out, who do I want to serve? And I mean, it's different in the beginning, right? Because you just want to get any client you want, or you can really get on to get some money in, and that's totally fine. That's what we did. But that's a perfect example of restaurants. It's like,
Mhm.
how much are you going to charge them? And typically with restaurants, you're going to be doing double the amount of work that you would do with someone paying you $4K a month.
Yeah.
You know why? It's because you just have to do more. They're going to be on your ass because that $1,000 a month investment is just so big to them. They have so much, and that they have so much emotional, like, I don't even know what that word is, but they're so emotionally invested that
Mhm.
they're not thinking rationally. They're not thinking like this is a process or
Right.
whatever. There's like, yo, I need
Rome
to
wasn't built in a day.
yeah, like, I need to see results tomorrow.
Yeah.
And you don't want to deal with people like that. It's just a headache, and yeah, you could be making money, but the longevity of it is you are just going to hate what the fuck you're doing, and you don't want to do that.
Right.
I mean, happiness does build a thing in that, and I enjoy what I do. And that's why I talked about I want to work with people I can relate with, because I'm learning from them too. These guys are living the lifestyle I want to live, that entrepreneurship lifestyle, building their own business and stuff.
Mhm.
And that's why I enjoy doing.
Right.
So we've learned a lot from our clients. Our clients have also learned a lot from us, and it's a partnership. But with the restaurant business, I guess I can learn a few things from it. But I don't see myself open.
Yeah. Right. Right.
This
It's
is not my.
you choose your focus. I actually have a question for you too. What would you say? What would you say to the people that are like a little hesitant or scared to start shooting their own content?
Whew, yeah, it's a big thing on. Honestly, not a lot of people should be shooting their own content. A lot of people should not shoot content. Period. Um, Too many people are doing it right now, and not a lot of people want to do it. So you just have to ask yourself: is like, what am I currently doing right now? If you're doing nothing in the back end of your content, then you shouldn't be shooting content. Like, content is supposed to amplify what you're currently doing, so you can show the world your expertise and what you're doing. For example, like, if I was just, like, I don't know, just sitting on my ass, just doing nothing, just trying to chase trends and do dances and stuff, it's like, I don't think you should be shooting content. Like, go learn a skill, go learn something that you can make content on. Like, yeah, I guess you can try to be the next Charlie D'Amelio or some shit with these dances, but that's just, the chances of that happening is so minimal. And that's just my point of view. Like, I think people need to learn a skill. They need to be doing something that they can make content on. So if you're not doing anything, don't make content.
Okay.
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. I would add that every content doesn't only have to be in the form of video.
Very true.
Right now we see carousels,
Twitter as well.
Twitter posts.
Yep.
That's where Homozy is getting all of his content for the most part.
Yep.
He's basically running polls on his Twitter to create content for him. And yeah, it doesn't all have to be video. Just start with text. Why not? Just start putting value into the market and seeing
Yep.
if there's bites.
Yep.
And
Not
if
gonna
you,
hurt you.
yeah, right, like, exactly. It's like, one of our clients actually just said this. I posted a video today. It was, you're in the game, they're on the sidelines.
Yep.
You know, you're actually you're the one putting the action in. So there's no point to feel embarrassed. There's no reason to hesitate because there's no one else doing this. And if there is, that's your competition, so you have to beat them.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing. That's another conversation. Like dealing with embarrassment and hate. Like, I get people struggle with it. Like, I struggle with it like a little bit, but to be honest, I just don't even care anymore. Because if you like really think about it, like for someone to have to comment something like hatred or whatever on your video, Twitter post, whatever, like think about what they're going through right now. It's like I would never just go on my Instagram, look at a post and comment something hatred on there. Like think about what that person is going through. So that's why I don't care. And I just know that my shit's valuable and I'm gonna help people. But when it comes to like, I made a video on this. Like you're letting the fear of being cringy to 5 people stop you from reaching thousands. It's like for most people, I know there's like 5 people that you don't want to see your videos. It can be 5 friends. It could be like your fucking dad. It could be your uncle. It could be your mom. I don't know who it is.
Could be your crush.
Could be your crush. Yeah, I guarantee there's literally like 5 people that you know, just bro, you're gonna let them stop you from reaching your potential. Like, it's just crazy to me. And listen, like content might not be your future, but who knows? It might as well. It might. And we're living in a world where it's just never been easier just to gain attention.
Right. And I think kind of going back to what we said earlier about being hesitant about making content is like you said, not everyone is made for content. Not everyone should be making content.
That's fine.
But every business should have content.
Oh yeah.
So there's like the double-edged sword there. You don't have to be the face of your brand. It definitely would make the buying process and employees that trust you and building trust as a brand a little bit easier if you were the face of it. But you can find talent. You could have your clients do the selling for you by building out testimonials and case studies to showcase to the social media, where you can be blasting all of your free lead magnets and stuff like that.
Free resources.
Right. So it's like you don't need to be, or not everyone is made for content, but your business does need it. And
100%.
that is where everything is going right now. It's been going there for the past 2 years since COVID, since TikTok started taking over. I mean, what are your thoughts on TikTok actually, now that I bring that up?
Bro, I don't even pay attention to TikTok. It's bad. I just it's just like I just think it's such a platform that like you shouldn't, I personally don't think you should be focusing on. Like you should post on there, for sure post on there. But it's not platforms that you should be focusing on. Your focus should be on YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram, specifically Instagram. And the reason I say that is because Instagram has a feature that a lot of these other ones don't have, and it's the DMs.
Yeah.
So there's just, you can nurture people on DMs, you can sell in your DMs, like you can build a community, and that's what's so powerful these days. Building a community that likes, trusts you, will just follow your every move. With TikTok, you can't do that. It's very hard on TikTok. So my thoughts on TikTok is just like post on there. I'm not even keeping up with this whole like allegation stuff, which I should be. But what do you think about it?
So TikTok, I think it does really depend on your brand and your target audience.
Yeah,
I think if you are, let's say, you're doing real estate for some of our clients. I mean, I don't think the real estate investors are going to be on that platform.
Yeah.
If you're doing the sports betting, though, you probably can pull a lot of followers off that
100%.
platform because that's that age range.
Even if you're like a painter or some shit, you probably could. Yeah.
Right. I think TikTok is still a great place where you can build a following relatively fast. The conversion of that following might not be as high as some other platforms, where I mean conversion as in follower to like sale as for your business.
Yeah.
I think Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, all those places are still doing a lot better. And then with Instagram, you brought up DMing, and I don't want to display false information here, but I think you told me about the
The check mark.
The check mark, yeah, the getting verified.
Yeah.
If you get verified, then you can unlimited DMs.
Yes. So I heard that. I don't know. That's a myth, but I've heard it from a lot of reliable people who are big on Instagram, and they said if you have that check mark, you can DM as many people as you want. So that is so powerful for outreach, but not even outreach, just inbound. Like think about if you can DM 100, 200 people a day, like you should, even if it's like a 1% close rate or 2% close rate, like you should be able to convert those people.
Right.
So like if you're creating content, you're promoting your content, you're getting views, you're posting the right videos, quality videos, you're even running paid advertisement, and you can DM 100 to 200 people a day and nurture them to hop on a call with you. It's like even thinking about that, it's like, wow,
Yeah.
I need to up my numbers.
Yeah. So it's the focus is building a personal brand right now.
Yeah, no, your focus should always be building a personal brand, but continue to outreach. Eventually you won't have to outreach once you have your personal brand fully built out, and that's the goal everybody wants to go to. You
Mhm.
know,
So bringing up our name Declassified, since there's no secrets here, I kind of want to shed some light on our strategy right now for social media. I just launched my personal growth page. You
Yes.
have been at your personal growth page for a while. It's been getting some crazy traffic. You're at 3K
Yes.
followers already.
Hell yeah.
How many months have you been doing your page, and how have you got those results so fast?
Yeah. So I opened that page like in early December, but I was just posting some random videos. Like those videos you see everyone else making, like trends, just like quiet videos with the cool music behind it. I was posting that shit, but I realized that like if I'm just gonna chase trends, I'm not gonna really build a brand that I want to be able to and be able to sell stuff. So that's in January, the new year, I started.
Before you go on, what was your engagement like when you were doing those type of
Oh,
videos?
terrible.
Terrible.
I'd get one video to get like 2K, the other video to get like 400 views, like 10 likes.
Yeah.
And I wasn't getting any followers. I was actually stuck from 0 to 400 followers in like for like 2 months. So that's when decided to switch my strategy and really build my personal brand, give valuable knowledge, tips, tricks. In January, it took me a while to get to like 400 followers to like 1,000. It took me like 2 months, but it took me 2 weeks to get 1,000 to 3,000. So
Wow.
that's just the power of compounding good quality content.
Hmm.
Once you get a video to go, that's when everything changes. But I've been able to build a personal brand. I've gotten tons of DMs to people that wanting to like my advice, my work. I've been able to close right now just one deal off of it for $2,500, but I have a lot more calls moving forward because I just blew up right now. But that's just the power of it.
Yeah.
Not only that, it's like now when I outreach to people, they're gonna see my views, my engagement, my profile it just looks much better, much more professional.
Hmm.
That people are gonna open up my DMs. So
Yep. You're the authority now.
I'm that motherfucker. Yes.
Yes, the expert. No, that's
Yeah.
nice. Yeah. So I think where I was kind of going with this is like multiple pages could be beneficial.
Multiple pages is for sure beneficial. You want one of your brand and then one of yourself. You want to be the face of yourself. You want to be known as yourself. You want to build your personal brand while also building out your business's page. So that's what Corey's going to be doing now. So we're going to be having 3 pages. Corey or Bruno's growth, Corzo growth, and then just create studio.
Hmm.
Once we build out all 3 of those, it's game over,
Right.
because
And-
Corey,
Yeah.
my bad, Tim, but Corey has his own thoughts. Even though we're very alike, we've been friends forever. He also has his own ideologies, his own way of thinking, his own perspective on things.
My
and I
own
have my
philosophies.
So we're gonna be attracting, I'm gonna be attracting the people who resonate with me. He'll be attracting people that want to work with him, that resonate with him, and then just funneling those people into Just Create Studio.
Boom.
Easy.
Yeah. So Just Create will have its like content strategy of mostly value building tips and tricks on content creation and content strategies and
Yep.
stuff like that, where
Hmm.
Bruno's growth is going to be kind of a mixture of my topics that I enjoy, like
Yep.
working out, philosophy, mindset,
Yep. Everything.
everything, anything that I really want to talk about and enjoy talking about, where I could just attract people that are like-minded and show them that I'm seeing success, because I know I will see it when I start posting consistently.
Exactly.
Anybody that starts posting consistently will see it. You know, I just like Iman says, I've never seen anybody that's been at something for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and fail.
Yep.
It's unheard of. And I know
Tate
when
said that, but yeah.
Yeah,
One of them said that.
yeah, one of them. No, I remember when you first started this Corzo growth page, and you were, you like you said, you were kind of stuck in that 400 follower
Yep.
range, and I remember you said to me that like this shit's gonna work out, you know, like this I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah.
And how did you acquire that mindset? Did it come from social proof? Did it come from just deep depth? How did that come to you?
Yeah. So I mean, we've done it before with other people. We've been able to grow our buddy Troy's page, the Mathis twins, countless of others. And if you looked at their strategy and the strategy we implemented with them, it all had one thing in common: when it was posting every day for a few months straight. And I mean, obviously, I just know what good content is, and that took us years to learn, understanding what people want to see, how to build an audience. But I understood that this is just going to take every day to post for me to grow. And that's what separates, just me, you, like, from other people. They're going to post 3 weeks straight. They're still going to be at 400 followers like I was, and realize, all right, this shit is not working. Fuck it, I'm done. That's the problem, Good things take time to say in Amazon Prime.
You love that one.
I'm excited to see yours, though. Who knows? It might be quicker than mine, but regardless, it's going to be a journey. And
I'm excited as well. I'm just excited to get creative again,
Exactly.
When you're creative and confident, that's when you can reach your full potential.
Exactly. And just discussing the things that you want to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be building a following that resonates with you and that you can profit from,
Yep.
Because there's a mixture of it. So again, to give out some declassified stuff, it's like you want to talk about the things you want to talk about, but also adding some videos in there that will get engagement, will go viral. It's a mixture of all those things. You bring followers in, and then you nurture them, you build your trust with your other type of content.
Right.
So it's not always just like talking about, yourself and stuff, but it's also not talking about, just random shit like doing dances or just chasing trends. It's
right. Most of these viral template videos are kind of based around entertainment.
Yeah.
And it's like if you want to be known as an entertainment, like that's good. I mean, an entertainer, that's fine. But if your purpose or your goal is to have this social media generate money for you, then you need to be seen as an authority or expert in your field.
Yep.
So it's like building the valued videos should be at least 3 out of 5 videos posted a week. If you're posting 5 videos a week, 3 of them should be at value building.
Yep.
Maybe the 2 other ones can be a little bit more trend focused. But each video needs a good hook.
100%.
And how do you come up with good hooks?
Oof. This just took me years to learn, coming up with the good hook. It took a lot of videos. I would say like hundreds to 200s of videos. I remember it was like almost 2 years ago I made that video on LinkedIn. It was terrible. It was the worst hook. The hook was like, if you're a small business, these are the first few videos you need. And I sounded like a pussy.
No, the worst one is, my name is Corey, and I am
Bro, that's the worst.
You start with your name, it's already
that's
over.
That's one thing. If you're making videos and you actually want to grow, and your hook is starting off with, hi, my name is blah, 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 that's a swipe.
Yeah.
The reality is no one cares about who you are. They care about, what can I get out of this video? Is this going to entertain me? Is this going to give me some sort of value? So step number 1, stop saying your name. But when it comes to with a good hook, it's just like there's a few things you can go about it. And like we created this whole sheet on that course we just created, and I don't know exactly what everything entails, but like you can capture them with some emotional things. You can start off with the climax. So instead of starting off at the beginning, you start off with the climax. You can start off with something mysterious, there's a list of things you can do,
You could
but
start with the conclusion.
it's like getting creative with it. Like, how can I hook people? So instead of just saying this is why water is beneficial for you, you like lead with an outcome, like losing weight or some shit. It's like, this is
Yeah.
why drinking a gallon of water a day will lose you 25 pounds, whatever.
Yeah.
But just understanding that, like, why are people going to want to watch this?
Yeah.
Are they going to want to gain followers or make money, lose weight, like have better sex? Like, I don't know. Like, say something that's going to capture people's attention, you know?
Yeah. I think there's a trick you can do with every single hook ever. So if you want to double your videos that you make, use this trick. It's taking the
That's a very good one.
it's taking the you gotta take the, sorry, I lost my train of thought. You gotta take the hook that you created, you put a positive spin on it, and then you put a negative spin on it.
Yep.
So the positive spin of a hook could be how drinking water has cleared up my acne.
Yeah, that's a very good one.
That's one. The two would be why you should never, or negative spin would be why you should never drink water. Why you should never. Hold on.
Why being dehydrated is causing you to have tons of acne.
Right. Or
Something
why
like
you
that.
should never drink water before you sleep.
Yeah,
Or something
yeah,
like
something
that.
like
Like
that,
something
yeah.
random, controversial, but it's also putting the negative spin on
Yep.
the hook.
Yep.
So every hook you have, try putting a positive spin on it and try putting a negative spin on it, and then see which video does better.
Yeah, that's another thing. See which video does better. When you're creating content, you want to test stuff out. You know, you just figure some things out. I made a video on this. I call it like the 30 rule. You want to make 30 videos on 5 different subjects, meaning like you want to test out 5 different types of videos. It can be whatever. It can be 5 of them could be head talking, 5 of them could be quiet videos, whatever. Make 30 pieces of content in total, test it out for the whole month, and look at the analytics, see which one did the best, and then that's how you figure out what type of content to be posting. You can't try one hook, another hook there, and it didn't work for you, just to give up. Like, you need to give it time,
Right.
you know?
What do you think about what if someone's posting a bunch of different content? They're in different spots, they're different locations, different topics. What do you think about that? Should someone be so broad, or should they be niched?
Yeah, that's a great question. So it's a tough one. I don't think you should be so niche. It just doesn't. First of all, it's just so hard to sustain being consistent when you're just so niche talking about stuff. You want to be known as a person, but like you also want to build your personal brand and not be so niche. So like, for example, like content. Like, I'm not just going to talk about content, like just Instagram tips, this and that. Like, I'm also going to talk about sales. I'm also going to talk about how to build an agency. You know, I'm still known as that guy who creates content, but I'm also going to be known as like a business expert in a way. And I just think that's more sustainable.
Right.
When it comes to like different locations and stuff, that's not really a big issue. You have Hormozy, Gary Vee, all those people, they're always in different locations. But listen to Gary and Hormozy. Like, they document their life. That's a big thing. And so an easy way to create content is just documenting what you're currently doing at your current state. Whether it's you just took an L, talk about it. L, be transparent. You just took a dub. How'd you take that dub? How'd you cash in? You just hit like a weightlifting PR. How'd you do that? Like, what's the discipline behind that? Like, how'd you get there?
Yep.
And it's just being too niche. It's very hard. Some people have been able to do it, but it's like, what do you want to be, like the example, or do you want to be the anomaly, whatever that word is? Anomaly. How do you say that?
Yeah, anomaly.
Yeah, anomaly. So it's like, I'd rather be the example and take the route other successful people have taken, because it's proven to work, you know.
Right. And I think even to kind of expand on the niche and the broad, that we've kind of learned with these hooks, even broad and niche hooks make a big difference in your content. If you have a niche hook, like, this is how to properly underwrite a wholesale deal.
Yeah.
That's not like gonna sound that good. But if you have like a more broad hook, it's like how to buy, just flipping one word, how to buy a wholesale deal. One word has made the difference to open yourself up to maybe 10,000, 20,000 more views.
Exactly.
Because you're broad.
That's such an easy way just to literally double up your views and get more engagement. Is literally to talk like you're talking to a fifth grader. Like talk so everyone understands. Not everyone's going to understand what underwriting is or what a private lender is.
Tax codes.
Right. Just specific things. You need to broaden up the subject so people understand more. Like literally a fifth grade level. A lot of people, they talk in, like these fancy words and thinking that's going to build them expert, like thinking that's going to set them up as the expert, which you could dabble that in. I'm not just saying talk super surface level, but like you need to lower, just talk
at least for the hook, you try to get that first 5 to 6 seconds of attention grabbing stuff in there before you start blowing their ear off with some crazy explanation to some tax code, because another thing that's really huge right now is watch time. So let's talk about watch time. What is your average watch time per video right now?
Let's look. And guys, if you don't know what watch time is, average watch time, there's a feature on Instagram now where you can see what the average watch time of your videos is, and that's very important because if your watch time is low, that means nobody's listening to your video all the way through. That means your hook sucks and you're just not engaging your people. So let me just go through my last 3. This one's 13 seconds, 14 seconds, and 12 seconds. So that's pretty solid because what you want to do is you want to see how long your video is. So if your video is 25 seconds long and your average watch time is 12 seconds long, that means that's a good ratio. It's a 50% watch time ratio. So if you're making like a 40-second video and your average watch time is only 9 seconds, that's terrible. That's pretty bad. And that's a result going to give you a poor performance in your videos. So yeah.
What's a good percentage of watch time to look and shoot for people?
So I would say shoot for like 50%. So if your video is 30 seconds long,
repeat the hook for me.
Got you. So if you want your videos to perform really well, you need to look at your watch time, and a good percentage to go off of is 50%. So if your video is 40 seconds long, you want to try to aim for like 18 to 20%, because that will result in great engagement. If your video is 40 seconds long and your average watch time is 9 seconds, that video is going to do very poorly because the algorithm favors watch time. They favor, are people watching your video all the way through? And if they're not, the video is not going to perform well. And there's a few things you can do to help that. This is the video hook that is, just keeping people in motion with like zoom in effects, your cool editing, but also just not being lame. Like, are you talking like a robot? If you're like, hey guys, these are the 3 tips, blah, 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 swipe. No one's going to watch that. What about you? What are some tips for increased watch time so people can really watch the video further?
Impactful scripts. So the script can't be, again, like bringing it back to earlier, it can't be at like an astronaut's level of reading or something. I don't know. That was a terrible example, but
like a scientist.
Yeah, it can't be so, again, niche. It has to be broad. So broad can help your watch time. 2, maybe you already said engaging edits and stuff like that. That's huge. Also, another thing that we've seen is putting a call to action in the mid roll, where it's not like I've kind of experimented on a couple of my videos where I would have a hook like Johnny Test was brainwashing you as a kid. Stay tuned. I'm going to show you a clip.
That's a great way.
But first, let me explain. So I explain my stuff, hold them till my explanation's done, and then they're going to watch the clip. So they get rewarded from watching the first 15 seconds of my explanation going through it. And then once that's done, my watch time goes up, which makes my video go out to more people.
Yep.
So that's a couple ways. There's even more ways to do it. I think we will actually probably come up with a little cheat sheet for you guys. If you want, we can drop a little game for you about how to increase your watch time in the future.
Yeah, I think that'd be very valuable for you guys. But I'm just going to talk about briefly how the Instagram algorithm works. So it favors three things: watch time, average watch time, shares, and saves. So watch time, how long are people watching your videos? Are they watching it all the way through, or are they clicking off the first 4 seconds? The second thing is shares. You know, like, is your video good enough so someone can share to their friend? Like, is it valuable enough or entertaining enough that someone wants to share it with their friend? And save, is your video good enough so they can repeat it and save it for later so they can watch it at another time? So these are all things you need to keep in your head, because again, going viral or just growing an audience, it doesn't happen by accident. Yeah, you can get a video to pop off here and there on accident, but you want to be able to replicate that with all of your videos. You don't want to just, spray and pray. You want to be a sniper. You want to understand that I know how to shoot a viral video, and I'm going to do it every time. Boom. Yep. Headshot.
Yeah. Have a target or else you'll miss.
Exactly.
I have a quick question, actually. I don't know if this thing's about to end, but
no, we got five minutes.
All right, quick question for you. Have you noticed a difference in video between the ones that get a lot of saves and not get a lot of saves, or a lot of shares and not a lot of shares?
Yeah, that's one thing I wanted to talk about. All my videos that get a lot of saves, I'm giving them a very specific value tip that they didn't know before, like tools they can actually use, and leading them with action steps. So, for example, one of my videos was like just a setting on Instagram that you can add that will help you get more followers. It's just something that's so specific and now like something that not a lot of people knew. Right. And the videos that don't get a lot of saves are like, I don't know, just like an exercise that you can do to help you with creating content. Like, people won't save that. They want like actionable steps that they can take, very specific things that they didn't know before.
Right.
So,
that's the thing. That's the thing with that's what's hot with carousels right now.
Yeah.
To make a good carousel, you need a specific action step from each carousel.
Yeah.
So each post has to have, okay, I learned this from it. I can implement it right now, and I can see results. And if your carousel doesn't have that ability, then you're making the carousel wrong.
Exactly. So that's going to be hard, but with your videos, always try to end with or begin with an actionable thing that your audience can take, because they will share it, they will save it, and they will watch it again, which will again help with your performance. Okay. But that's pretty much it for this one, guys. The goal is gonna be shooting once a week, so make sure to follow us on Instagram. We'll be putting this on YouTube so you can watch the whole thing. But yeah, I hope you guys got some value out of this, and
can't wait to improve, guys.
Can't wait to improve again. This is episode 1. So
Declassified.
If we're this good, just imagine episode 20.
Just create
videos. Alrighty, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Stay tuned.
All right, guys. Bye.